Imagine this. You wake up tomorrow morning, and suddenly everything you've been ignoring becomes visible. The time you wasted, the opportunities you delayed, the people who secretly drained your energy, the excuses you repeated so often that they started sounding like truth. And for the first time in your life, you see clearly. Not the version of yourself you pretend to be online, not the version your friends think you are, not the version your fears created, the real you. Because most people never truly wake up. They survive, they scroll, they complain, they distract themselves. And then one day they look in the mirror and wonder where all the years went. But not you, not after today. Because in the next 60 minutes, you're going to confront truths most people spend their entire lives avoiding. Some of these truths will hurt. Some will challenge your ego. Some may completely change the way you see your life. But if you stay until the end, you will never think the same way again. This is not just motivation, this is a wake-up call. And sometimes, the most dangerous thing in life is not failure, it's living asleep. So turn off the distractions, put the phone down, open your mind, because these may become the most eye-opening 60 minutes of your life. Here's the first truth nobody wants to hear. You are running out of time. Not someday, right now. Every second you spend hesitating, your life is moving forward without your permission. And the scary part? Most people don't realize this until it's too late. There's a story about an old man sitting alone in a hospital room. A nurse asked him one question. "What's your biggest regret?" Do you know what he said? He didn't say failing. He didn't say losing money. He didn't say embarrassment. He said, "I regret waiting. Waiting to start, waiting to speak. Waiting to love, waiting to change, waiting to become who I already knew I should have been." That's the tragedy of human life. We act like we have unlimited tomorrows. We say things like, "I'll start next month. I'll chase my dream later. I'll fix my life someday." But someday is one of the biggest lies ever created. Because someday becomes next year. Next year becomes 5 years. And suddenly your entire life has disappeared into hesitation. Listen carefully. Your future is being built by what you do repeatedly today, not your intentions, not your plans, your actions. A lot of people think they need motivation before they move. That's backwards. Movement creates motivation. You don't wait to feel ready. You move before you're ready. Because confidence is not born from thinking, it's born from action. And maybe that's what you need to hear today. You don't need another motivational quote. You don't need another perfect plan. You need to begin. Even badly, even awkwardly, even imperfectly, because one day you will either say, "I'm glad I started," or "I wish I started." And trust me, one sentence hurts far more than the other. This next truth might hurt. The world does not reward potential, it rewards execution. There are millions of talented people living average lives. Millions. People with brilliant ideas, beautiful dreams, incredible intelligence. But none of it matters if it stays trapped inside their mind. Potential means nothing without discipline. Think about it. A book never written changes nobody. A business never started helps nobody. A talent never practiced impresses nobody. You cannot become powerful by imagining greatness. You become powerful by working when you don't feel like it. There's a huge difference between interest and commitment. When you're interested, you do something when it's convenient. When you're committed, you do it even when it's painful. And that's where lives separate. Most people quit the moment life becomes uncomfortable. But growth only exists inside discomfort. The gym hurts before it transforms your body. Studying hurts before it transforms your future. Discipline hurts before it transforms your identity. Everything meaningful demands discomfort first. A young man once wanted success so badly that he asked a wise mentor for advice. The mentor took him into the ocean. At first, the water reached their knees, then their waist, then their chest, and suddenly the mentor pushed the young man underwater. The young man panicked. He fought desperately for air. Finally, the mentor pulled him back up. Then he asked, "When you were underwater, what did you want most?" The young man gasped, "Air." The mentor replied, "When you want success as badly as you wanted air, then you'll succeed." That's the level most people never reach. They want success casually, not desperately, not consistently, not enough to sacrifice comfort. And comfort is dangerous. because comfort slowly turns dreams into memories. Your life is not created by one big decision. It's created by thousands of tiny ones. Every day you are becoming someone. The question is, who? Because habits are not small things. Habits are identity builders. If you repeat laziness, you become lazy. If you repeat discipline, you become disciplined. If you repeat fear, you become fearful. If you repeat courage, you become courageous. Your brain is always learning from what you repeatedly do. That means every action casts a vote for the person you are becoming. One workout doesn't transform your body. One study session doesn't make you brilliant. One productive day doesn't change your life. But repeated consistently, everything changes. And the opposite is also true. 1 hour wasted doesn't destroy your future. But repeated daily for years, it absolutely can. People underestimate the power of small choices because results are invisible at first. A seed underground looks like nothing, until one day it breaks through the surface. Success works the same way. For a long time, nothing seems to happen. Then suddenly people call you lucky. But they never saw the years of silent effort, the lonely nights, the failures, the discipline nobody applauded. And maybe right now your progress feels invisible. Maybe you feel behind. Maybe you feel frustrated. But don't confuse invisible growth with no growth. Some of the strongest transformations happen quietly. We live in a world designed to steal your attention. Every notification, every scroll, every endless video, all competing for your mind. And most people never notice the cost. Attention is your most valuable currency. What you focus on becomes your life. If you constantly feed your mind negativity, comparison, gossip, and distraction, your life will reflect it. A distracted mind cannot build an extraordinary life. Look around. People can't sit alone with their thoughts anymore. The second silence appears, they grab their phone. Why? Because distraction has become an escape from responsibility, an escape from self-reflection, an escape from uncomfortable truths. But growth requires silence. Growth requires thinking. Growth requires facing yourself honestly. One of the most powerful things you can do is spend time alone without distraction. Because eventually, you'll meet the person you've been avoiding, yourself. And here's the scary part. Many people are addicted to entertainment because they're unhappy with their reality. They don't need more scrolling, they need more purpose. You cannot consume your way into fulfillment. You must create, build, learn, improve, contribute. That's where meaning comes from. Fear destroys more dreams than failure ever will. Read that again. Most people are not stopped by lack of ability. They are stopped by fear. Fear of judgment, fear of rejection, fear of embarrassment, fear of failing publicly. So they shrink themselves, they stay quiet, they play safe, they settle for less. Not because they can't do more, but because they're afraid. There's a powerful story about elephants. When elephants are young, trainers tie them to small ropes. The baby elephant tries to escape over and over again, but fails. Eventually it gives up. Years later, even when the elephant becomes powerful enough to break the rope instantly, it never tries again. Why? Because mentally, it still believes it's trapped. And many people live exactly like that. They are trapped not by reality, but by beliefs created years ago. You're not smart enough. You're too late. You can't succeed. You'll embarrass yourself. But what if those thoughts are lies? What if the prison door has been open the entire time? You have no idea how powerful your life could become once fear stops making your decisions. Because courage is not the absence of fear. Courage is moving despite fear. Every successful person you admire felt afraid. Did you know that your environment shapes your destiny? Pay attention to the people around you, because energy is contagious. If you surround yourself with negativity, excuses, laziness, and gossip, eventually it affects you. Human beings absorb their environment. That's why some people stay stuck for years, not because they lack potential, but because they're constantly surrounded by people who normalize mediocrity. Be careful who you spend time with. Some people inspire growth, others slowly kill ambition, and the dangerous ones are not always obvious. Sometimes they smile while limiting you. Sometimes they laugh at your dreams in subtle ways. Sometimes they make average living feel acceptable. Protect your vision. Not everyone deserves access to your mind. At the same time, Become the type of person who elevates others too. Bring energy, bring discipline, bring honesty, bring growth. Because your environment isn't just physical. It's emotional, mental, digital. Everything you consume is shaping you. Books shape you, music shapes you, videos shape you, conversations shape you. Ask yourself honestly, is my environment helping me become stronger or weaker? Because your future depends on the answer. Here's the hardest truth most people avoid. Nobody is coming to save you. Not motivation, not luck, not perfect timing. You must save yourself. And strangely, that's empowering, because it means your future is still in your hands. You are not powerless, you are responsible. And responsibility changes everything. The moment you stop blaming the world, your past, your circumstances, or other people, you reclaim your power. Yes, life is unfair sometimes. Yes, some people start ahead. Yes, bad things happen. But your response still matters. You can either become bitter or become stronger. Victim mentality keeps people trapped because it removes responsibility. But responsibility creates transformation. The day you fully accept that your habits, choices, focus, and discipline determine your future, that day your life begins changing. Not instantly, but permanently. One day, your life will end. And when that day comes, none of the excuses will matter. Not the fear, not the procrastination, not the distractions. The only thing that will matter is, did you truly live? Did you become the person you were capable of becoming? Did you use your time wisely? Did you love deeply? Did you fight for your dreams? Or did you spend your entire life waiting? Because the saddest thing in the world is unrealized potential. A life half-lived, a person who could have been extraordinary but never fully tried. Do not let that become your story. Starting today, take the risk, start the project, learn the skill, fix your habits, protect your mind, use your time carefully. You do not need to become perfect overnight. You just need to stop betraying your future self. And remember this, your life changes the moment you decide that your future matters more than your comfort. That moment changes everything. So if this message reached you today, maybe it wasn't accidental. Maybe this is your wake-up call. Maybe this is the moment you finally stop sleeping through your own potential. And maybe these really were the most eye-opening 60 minutes of your life.